We're getting ready to start the second week of December. Got some much cooler weather on the way. Temperatures in the upper 20s and low 50s for a while now. Had about 70, 72 today, but I believe this is getting to be about the last of the warm stuff, so time to work on the stove a little bit. This is what's left of the original grate that I bought back at the first of the year. As soon as I put this thing in, I noticed an immediate improvement in the stove. It just works so much better with a grate. But in about 60 days, it had burned just right in two, and this is all that's left of it now. I've been trying to use this. I kind of had this just laying in there, propped up on another piece of it, keeping it up just a little bit so I get a little bit of air up under my wood. And that's all she is right now, just a piece of junk, cheap, poor quality metal. I got something right now that I think is going to be a little bit better. What we got right here is a stainless steel stove grate. I bought this on Amazon, $118 with free shipping. And the cool thing about it, I ordered this on Friday. Today is Monday. This thing got here quick. But this right here, stainless steel, should hold up to the high temps a whole lot better than that cheap Chinese made cast iron. What I had to do, because the legs were so long, is come in, I just took the grinder, cut one of them off with the grinder, and took the skill saw with a metal cutting blade and cut all four legs, cut them back some to shorten them, and then to set up in there nice like that. And that's plenty of room to get some air up under there, and it didn't really take up any space inside the barrel. I think this is going to work out just great. I got the stove bricks, whatever you call them, laid inside here. Looking at inside the barrel lid, you can see right here where this gasket is. I put this gasket on so when I close the door, it's airtight. Came in and sealed up these openings in the lower little draft opening here to seal that up. Wanted this bottom barrel to be airtight. Come in and put a rope gasket around the rim of the barrel too. Now I got the door back on it. That's the good thing about doing this with the removable lids and locking band. It's not a problem. Just put your rope gasket in there to seal up that opening or seal up the crack around there. And then if you ever need to get inside your barrel, you just take the whole end of it off. It's no problem. It's not like if you had one that had a fixed lid on it and then you cut your opening out. You can never get anything inside there bigger than this opening right here. When I close this door, I lock it down. She's airtight. I came back in and sealed up around the opening right here. I took the whole door off and put that 2,000 degree sealing around it to make it airtight. So there's no way for air to get in there other than coming through the end of this box right here that has my fan in it. And that's wired up to a thermostat. Right here I set this on about 68, give or take, and it's got a 4 degree setback on it. Actually 3.5, but I figure closer to 4. These kind of coil thermostats aren't as accurate as some of the digital ones are, but it works pretty good. So 68 minus 4, it gets to 68. The blower cuts off, or the fan cuts off, which lets the fire start to die down some. Being as how it's not an electric furnace, it's still a lot of heat building, so it'll go on up 69, 70, and then it'll start backing off. And about 64, the fan kicks on, and then we're still going to get a little bit of a drop back as it takes a little while to get the fire built back up again. So you're going to drop down to, about 62, sometimes 61, depending on the weather outside. And then you repeat the process, back up, back and forth, as opposed to just starting the fire in there and having it run pretty much non-stop. Even if you cut it back to low, the fire just continuously burning, using up your wood. Like this, it burns a while, slows down, and just makes for a much more efficient process. With the fan sitting right up above it, blowing from this right down the side of the greenhouse, and the other one coming back this way. Got a good circulation in here, and the temperatures are very consistent from one end to the other. This is working a whole lot better than what I had last year. Since I'm starting from scratch right here, there's no coals in it, I can go ahead and put my wood in it, get it ready for later on. And when I get ready to start the stove, that's what I use right there. You won't catch me rubbing two sticks together anytime soon, not long as I got this gas right here. I got some little pieces of pine from some of the 2x4s, 2x6s. I just chopped them up, and I got me one little half a piece of one of them little starter blocks. Put that down in there. Once I get any kind of fire going whatsoever, because of this lower intake blowing air across this, it pushes the flame right up under it, and this good dry wood right here, it takes no time at all to have a roaring fire. I love this thing. I don't think I showed y'all my fire poker either. Let me show you what I'm using right here. Don't laugh. Hey, it works. This is my little hoe right here. Y'all know every man got to have him a hoe. And it ain't what you think either. This works out real good. I can reach right in the back of the stove and just pull them coals to the front if I need to. It doesn't really have a hook on it, so I can work the logs and stuff around in there, but if you put them in there right, stack them like they're supposed to be, you don't have to worry about trying to jerk them and yank them and all this kind of stuff. Got this at Lowe's for, I think it's about $2 or something like that. It works. This right here is what I call my command center. I got two wireless thermometers and the alarm clock. The first one right here, this Accurite 300-foot range, is the one I finished up the spring with. Real good thermometer, works fine, never had any trouble with it. Bottom numbers, inside temperature here is 72, nice warm day outside. And the top number is the greenhouse temperature, 61, and also shows humidity, which I don't worry too much about that. I just got this one right here. It's a temp minder, and the reason I got it is because it has an alarm on it. I can set high, low temperature and also humidity, and the only thing I'm worried about is low temperature. And what I'm trying to do, what I'm finding out is I can go a lot longer than I did last year between burn cycles. Last year I was lucky to get 3 hours. This year I've been getting 5 hours, sometimes 6 if it's a really warm night. I could load the stove at midnight and forget about it. But what this will do, if I say I've got the clock set for 4 and about 3:30 the temperature drops and it's a lot colder than I had anticipated, I've got this thing set at 59. The temperature drops to 59 out there, it's going to beep like crazy and wake me up. It's done it one time thus far, and there's no way I could sleep through it. This is what I use to keep me informed, let me know exactly what's going on out there in the greenhouse. Works out pretty good. I turned one of my overhead lights on. You can see up there I got empty outlets now. I took most of the lights down, all but the one right up there, because I didn't need them anymore. I needed to plug these fans up more than I needed overhead light. But it's pretty cool to come out here at night, go back there, put a little wood in the stove, see all these tomatoes and stuff just hanging in here. My baby's doing good. Gotta love it. A little bit dark in here, but let's see if we can get this thing burning. It doesn't take much once you get this thing started with that air blowing into the bottom of it. Get you a nice fire in there. We'll check on this thing later on. It's been about an hour since I started this, so I decided to come outside and just see what was going on. Oh yeah, got a roaring fire up in there right now. This thing doing good. So y'all take care, God bless you, and I'll see you next time.